You know, growing up in a country like Honduras, you get to see many things that are very unpleasant, such as violence, indifference, racism in its own way, and sexism. You get to see people abuse each other for the most ridiculous of reasons. And over the past couple of decades, we have become the victims of a war that is not our own. We have become the victims of the wars that, at one point existed within Colombia, Mexico, and that have been driven out of those countries, either by their government or by foreign governments, into our poor and unstable countries. So when we come here to the United States and we see the peace and security that this country can provide for us, then there is no place on earth that we would rather call home. No place on earth.
Dream Act, in general, it means opportunity. It means respect. It means making sure that our rights are heard.
The Dream Act is the recognition that every young person should have the opportunity to an education and should have an opportunity to be able to move forward with their lives, not be stagnant, not be denied the same opportunities as a young person who is a U.S. citizen.
Legally, basically gives all students, regardless of their immigration status, the right to apply for financial aid. Personally, for me, that means that Long Island won't be such a socioeconomically segregated place, because then all kids can access a college education.
It's much more than just a bill or a law that we want passed. It's a movement of solidarity. That's really what it means to me.
I understand the challenges and the frustrations and the injustice of having to face not being able to afford college, or having to work 2 jobs, or having to not know whether you're going to be able to afford the next semester.
As a parent, I would be really devastated if, I came to this country and, I worked my ass off, and then my child couldn't do the things she wanted to do because of some legislation.
I feel like it will change my life, and not just myself, but my family and everyone else.
I'm still in the middle of my schooling, so I am still a semester away from my associates. If the DREAM Act passes, it will definitely help me financially.
Now, the federal DREAM Act, which would grant pathway to citizenship, would be life-changing. I am a DACA recipient, and while I have a worker's permit and a social security number and a license, I still don't have the ability to vote. I still don't have the ability to travel internationally, and I don't have that promise that I will be a citizen one day. Nor do I have a permanent protection from deportation.
At the moment, we are sort of a second-class, a group of second-class citizens, given that we don't have the same rights and opportunities as most people, even though we do go through the same process. So we graduate high school, but at the end of the day, they're telling us that, oh wait, you cannot go to college because you're missing this 9-digit number, your social security.
Undocumented immigrants contributed $90 billion to Social Security. That's undocumented. Imagine if you legalized a large majority of those that are youth. I mean, that number would blow up.
Yes, as you said, sure, people will be able to contribute to the economy, but not only to the economy, to more freely express their thoughts, to participate in civic campaigns, to just be a part of their communities.
Me, I am A very hardworking student. I feel like I've done so since I first came to this country. Learning the language, I managed to beat that obstacle. Getting to college, which some people said I would never do so for my legal stance in the country. And here I am, a first-time college student in my family.
Yeah, I came here when I was 6 months. Raised in Sag Harbor, went to school in SUNY Westbury. I feel American. You know, I'm a New Yorker. I'm a proud New Yorker, and I'm a proud Long Islander. I can't even say, you know, I feel like a Mexican because I never grew up there. This is the red, white, and blue. That's what I'm proud of.
And I see how different it is, you know, how big of a contrast there is between those two societies, those two cultures, you know, and first of all, the language, second of all, the way you behave socially, you know, the way you behave on the streets, the way you deal with life, you know, and sending somebody that grew in the United States back to wherever they came from, it creates a big impact on that person, you know, a bad consequence, because you got to remember that the U.S. offers one of the best qualities of life.
I've had a lot of folks who have come here. They took tremendous risks walking through the desert, being smuggled in by coyotes, and they wouldn't do that unless they were really desperate to make a better life for themselves and for their children. But that was their only alternative. So for us to send people back to those types of conditions, to violence, to lack of a future is inhumane. It doesn't help our society in any way. It robs from our communities. It takes away the richness of our communities. It takes away all these wonderful people who are really contributing to our communities, and they deserve an opportunity to stay here.
For my family, it wasn't a choice. There was a dictatorship happening in Peru, and my aunt was a lawyer, and she was defending people because that's what lawyers do. And then she got arrested because she was defending a client who was accused of terrorism within the context of a dictatorship. And then at that moment, the army bombed the prison that she was in, and she passed. So as a result, my entire family was in danger because, they just killed somebody off. So I had to come, and there was no time to submit paperwork to get everything approved because all those bureaucratic things take time, and time isn't something that people in that type of situation have. I think that is the situation that a lot of the unaccompanied minors find themselves in today, children who are coming in from South America and Central America, from countries that are torn between gang wars. They're not coming here because they want to reap the benefits of the American people. They're coming here because they have to.
You don't get to appreciate how important this is for us as a community unless you get to witness the things that we have witnessed, both at home and in our way coming here. We've seen too much. We have lived in fear for too long. And we come here and we can live in peace. The level of security that this country offers you is astounding. Even in areas that are considered to be dangerous in this country, those areas would be considered havens from the places where I come from, And so for us, this country is truly what it's supposed to be, that great beacon of hope. And we feel very patriotic about it. You'll find that a lot of adults, people who don't speak English and who go to work and who cut the grass, wash the dishes, cook your food, those people sometimes are more patriotic than anyone else you can meet, because those people have experienced, the full ride back at home, and they know that this place is great.
Let's cut sound and camera. That's good.
musician and all the other dreamers out there. It's really hard, and I know things get really rough, and sometimes we just want to give up and cry and beat up the world. It's just so cruel at times. But we gotta think about this. We're here and we made it so far. There's no way someone can stop us when we're really willing to give our all and become the better person that we come to be in this country.